What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the auction house in College Football 25 Ultimate Team and where it is going to be at now. New Heisman hopefuls. We saw some big-time names. We saw Cam Ward. We saw Ashton Jeanty. We saw Travis Hunter. And if you missed out on it, guys, we saw an extra running back, LTD Toby Gerhart, as well. So, newsflash, guys, the running back position and their prices will go way down throughout today. I do think Caleb Johnson is still probably the best value running back in the entire game. Gerhart might be the best running back in the game. But today's drop is going to crash the auction house significantly. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, how do you guys kind of approach that? What can you guys do to kind of capitalize on it? That is what we are going to be talking about as well in this video. Again, as we dive into it, please smash that subscribe button. So, today we saw some massive cards dropped. Obviously, headlined by those cards that I've already talked about. However, even the 90 overalls are pretty good. Like Dylan Stewart, pretty solid right end out of South Carolina for 67,000 coins. And so from top to bottom, we saw some really big time names. Even this Justin Mayers, he's a really good left guard, 50,000 coins. Right tackle Hall Schmidt for 59,000 coins. You're going to see the auction house and these cards specifically go way down in price. Now, my approach to things is this. Shedeur Sanders for 163 is crazy. Like the price of these cards is crazy cheap. But it all goes back to this. When you look at the quarterback position, you've got so many different options. You've got Jameis Winston, Jalen Milroe, Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Trevor Lawrence. Running back position, you've got Jeanty, you've got Caleb Johnson, you've got all these different cards. And so realistically, guys, the auction house can't keep up. Guys like Caleb Johnson, although he's really good, is going to lose value to get today. Guys like Taj Brooks, 62,000 coins now today, whereas, yesterday he was at least 90,000 coins. These cards are losing a ton of value. And it all goes back to the fact that Heisman Hopefuls is a pretty big drop each and every week. And the fact of the matter is, you're getting some really solid cards. I did put up my Jack Sawyer and Walter Nolan yesterday. Sadly, neither of them sold. And so I'm stuck with those specific cards heading into this weekend, which is okay. I like the cards, but I do wish they would have sold. Jay Higgins is another really good card that I do like, that throughout today should see his price continue to go down. So as far as the Heisman hopefuls, definitely would target picking them up today if you do want to add them to your specific ultimate team. Now, some other cards that I don't think are the worst cards to add are the stories of the week cards. Like I said, we saw this drop on Wednesday. These cards should continue to see their prices go down. Jordan Watkins, 50,000 coins. I don't like Jordan Watkins, but that is relatively cheap. Jarquez Hunter, I said he's one of the best backs in the game. He is 60,000 coins. You can get this left tackle for 50,000 coins. Francis for 60,000 coins. No matter what position you are looking for, these 90 overalls have become dirt cheap. McCoy, 77. Rutgers, 67. These cards are good cards. At the core of it, they are good cards. But at the end of the day, we're seeing better and better cards, which in turn is going to cause the market to slowly go down. So like for me, what am I looking at this weekend? Well, I'm going to add Caleb Johnson to my squad. That's kind of the first or my Taj Brooks didn't sell. That's sad. But that's kind of my first order of business today, is making sure Caleb Johnson is added to my specific squad. Now, outside of that, I still do like CJ Spiller, so I'll add him. But then it's just kind of building my squad back up. So, like I said, left tackle position. We got so many different options now. And guess what? I need a new left tackle for my specific squad. It's one of the positions that I definitely lack. Defensively, could use another middle linebacker to play here. Defensive line, right end, left end, defensive tackles are all, not great. Although my my defensive line really didn't sell. Nobody sold. So, I mean, I don't really need to run anybody or buy anybody new. However, there are some new cards that are added to the game that I could look to add to my squad. Like I said, with Nolan, with Quinn and Williams, who I might still try to sell before Sunday. My defensive line is still pretty stout. But that's kind of all my team's put together because nobody sold. Like, I actually did try to sell those cards. None of them ended up selling, which is why my squad is in the position it is. Still pretty complete, but not that much, not that many coins to spend. But whether you're looking at any of these specific positions, guys, you should be able to do what you need to do without spending a whole ton of coins. Like I said, Caleb Johnson for 171 is, in my opinion, a steal. He'll probably continue to go down in price, but I do like him for that price. Cam Ward throughout today will probably continue to go way down in price. Be careful buying him because his price is going to go way, way, way down throughout today. Although I like Cam Ward, that is just realistically what's going to happen. And that's kind of this game right now and where it's at. We're seeing so many different options at each and every position, and we're getting better and better cards. And so the prices can't really keep up. You know, like you can only run 1 or 2 running backs, 1 quarterback. And so the market really can't keep up to where it is at right now. And so even at the left tackle position, I like Jakarius Peak. I think he's an absolutely fine left tackle to run, especially, you know, run blocking, pass blocking. He's fine. He is a left tackle that for me does his job. I don't need to pick up anybody else when he is fantastic at that left tackle position. However, do I like him more than a guy like Malik Williams or even Amari Knight? Those are the things that I have to think about. So for example, for Malik Williams, I actually might like him slightly more. And the fact of the matter is, he's 36,000 coins. And so for me, I'd prefer Malik Williams to the other guy. And so I will pick this card up, run this card, who I definitely am a just slightly bigger fan of than the 90 overall. But that's what I would do at every specific position that you personally do need. And I'm not even ruling out these budget cards because I know a lot of you guys might be balling on a budget. Guess what? Or any of these left ends for 17,000 coins can absolutely play for your specific squad. And so that's Jack Sawyer for 74,000 is an absolute steal of a card. This card's a beast for 74,000 coins when yesterday he was 150. These are the reasons that I tell you guys to try to sell your cards before it is too late. Kamon Rucker, he is probably it's gonna be between Stewart and Rucker for my right end position. I'm sorry, but yeah, these cards are so good, so complete. And it just comes down to we're getting more and more competition at each and every one of these positions that it is impossible for cards to stay high. Now, I personally like Stewart more than Rucker, and so if I find a Stewart for a price that I want to pay, maybe like 65,000 coins, I'm not going to hesitate with it. And so that's where we're at in the game right now. The auction house is not going back up, guys. It's not going back up, especially for these cards I'm talking about. Like, it's from here on out, it only is going to go down. That's just the genuine truth to you guys. We're seeing so many different studs of cards for prices that are super affordable. Even like Benjamin Morrison now is $315. That is super affordable for a great cornerback in the game. I would be smart with your coins. Don't spend a ton on Cam Ward. Don't spend a ton on any specific cards because like I said, these cards are probably going to continue to go down in price. So be pretty careful, be pretty smart with your coins. And you should be able to build a really good squad. Like Jalen Milroe, a lot of people would say he's the best quarterback in the game. It's now like 230,000 coins for the best quarterback in the game. I'd argue Caleb Johnson is as good of a running back as anybody else. He's now 160. And so these are the things that I'm looking at today. And even my wide receiver position. I've not done anything with my wide receiver position for quite some time. However, like a Ricky White is better than Megwood. Like side by side, he objectively is just better than Megwood. And so maybe I just have to start upgrading slowly my wide receiver position as well. So that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. Or these are cards that I like, but it just comes down to I don't want to overpay for cards, but I do want to build my squad back up better than it has been before. So that's kind of really what I'm looking at today. Obviously, offensively, defensively, within just strictly the Heisman Hopefuls drop, these cards are going to go way down in price today. And they're going to continue to go down. Don't just think, oh, they're going to go back up. No, they're going to continue to go down throughout today. Like even Kyle Kennard. I love this card, but it just comes down to the fact like I don't want to overpay for this card, especially, you know, he's a solid overall left outside linebacker. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But it's like I don't want to overpay for the card when I know he may lose some value. So that's kind of where I would kind of tell you guys to just be a little bit careful, is not overpaying for specific cards. We got so many studs, especially offensively with the quarterback, running back, and wide receiver position, that building a good squad should be more affordable today than it ever has been before. Like Shadur Sanders for 134, in my opinion, is just crazy. Like these are really, really good quarterbacks in the game that are just so cheap, so affordable, and it just comes down to the fact that there's just too many options. Even at the running back position, like I said, Caleb Johnson, I overpaid for the Caleb Johnson I got solely because I thought his price actually might go up from the one I got. So that's where we're at. That's what to know. Just be extremely careful, guys. Buying cards for too much. Wait for the auction house to settle a little bit and then see what works for you. Like I said, if you get Cam Ward, sell him. I'll probably try to get you guys a gameplay of Cam Ward, but outside of that, I wouldn't touch the card with a 10-foot pole. Like, his price is probably only going to go down. And even at the middle linebacker position with Jay Higgins, I mean, his price went from 200 to 100 in the snap of a finger. And his price probably is only going to continue to go down. So I do want you guys to be careful with the auction house. You could lose a bunch of coins if you aren't patient with the auction house today. And so that's one huge piece of advice that I have for you guys is, please, if you do want to upgrade your squad, that's fine. I'm all for that, but please do not overpay for certain cards that could continue to go down in price. Like even this Kyle Kennard, I love this card, but it's like, do I want to spend 200,000 coins when, I don't know, maybe his price could continue to go down. I don't know if it will. Like 6'5" outside linebacker, one of the best outside linebackers in the entire game. But I just think today, so many people are opening packs. It is a hype content drop, that these cards are flying out of packs. And you're seeing 91 overalls for 90,000 coins. This content drop is unlike, this market crash is unlike anything we've seen in this game so far. So just be extremely careful when it comes down to buying cards, just for the sole fact of wait for the prices to settle. These cards are still flying out of packs. There's people opening a ton of these packs still to this day, still right now at this current moment, that prices are still going to go down from where they're at right now recording this video. So that's kind of where I'm at with the market. Gonna try to hold pretty patient, getting Jay Higgins, maybe adding this right out or left outside linebacker that I really do like to my specific squad. But at the end of the day, guys, I don't want to overpay for cards. Like that at the core of it is where I'm at. But these cards for these prices are going to be pretty tough to turn down. And so that's where the market is. The market is going to go down. Even a Glasker last week was 200,000 coins with the addition of obviously Rodriguez and the new outside linebacker. His price has been more than cut in half. And that's what we're going to see at a lot of these positions. So like even that, you know, I like Amari Farrell a ton, but it just comes down to, I don't know if I can spend 500,000 coins on the card that could lose a lot of his value in a not super long time. So hopefully I can get Cam Ward, give you guys a gameplay, but the market today is crazy. CJ Spiller for 50,000 coins. I mean, an incredibly good running back, but it just comes down to we have so many good running backs on this game now that the prices are just not going to be able to keep up. So that's what to know about the game, guys. You can't go wrong with the auction house right now. Genuinely. The only way you go wrong is if you overpay for a card, which by the time you guys see this video, prices should be way more settled and you should be perfect when it comes down to buying cards. So by the time you guys see this, you should be fine. Don't hesitate when it comes to building your squad today because the market should be in pretty good positions. The one cards I wouldn't buy would be the Heisman Moments cards. Those cards are still gonna, lose some of their value here over the course of the next day or two. That's gonna wrap it up for my video. Still hoping I can get Cam Ward for relatively inexpensive, but I'm not counting on it because, again, he's pretty rare to pull out of these packs. And right now, the card is incredibly expensive. But that's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Great day to be a buyer in College Football 25 Ultimate Team. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.